Meanwhile, Flynn, Jonathan Chiliston, yes. Okay. All right, so. So, Ashley, a real pleasure for me to sit here with you this afternoon, and as I have before when I did the narration on Borley Rectory, you know how much of a fan I am of your short film work. Can you tell me something about your plans for the future and possible feature work?
Yes, I plan on, once I get Borley Rectory made.
Yes. Let's be clear about this. Borley Rectory has to be made and we need your help.
Absolutely. Or else the future plans start to shrink a little bit, I think. My idea is to take that body of shorts and try to push that to try and get some sort of release for them, because they're all just sat on the shelf.
Right. Release for them as a feature format, but with sort of made up of the different shorts? Possibly,
or just as a body of work, the shorts themselves, making up these different obscure stories. Because I've still got a few more that I've written that I've not made yet.
Right.
But ideally, I would like to progress into features. I've got 2 feature ideas lined up.
Animated features or live action features?
Ideally, animated, although it wouldn't be completely hand-drawn, it would be that strange mix of actors and painted.
Which is so interesting to me visually. I mean, I don't find it reductive to the actor's work because it's all refracted through, or the whole process is refracted through your sensibility, which somehow enhanced the presence of the actors in the short films.
That's why I didn't want to move too far away from capturing people's performances, because when you draw something, it takes so much to invest a soul or a life into it. Whereas if you can capture somebody's performance and then enhance it or exaggerate it, like expressions of horror or adoration, if you can exaggerate that, then it becomes something interesting. And I'm fascinated to see if that style, if that format would then work in feature form.
Right. Is there anybody's work who has been inspirational to you? Anybody who you see as talismanic in your life?
Most of my influences they're quite strange influences in a way. I really admire filmmakers, and Ken Russell is an obvious one. People like Terry Gilliam, people with very, very specific, definite worlds inside their head that you can tell they're desperately just trying to express and get up there on the screen. Sometimes succeeding, sometimes not quite, but the struggle never ends. And down to people like Méliès, those sorts of people who you can tell that they just have this enormous dream life inside them, and they're constantly chasing it. Because I've always felt a little bit like that I have an idea and then I'll reach for something like this could be a painting, or it's not me working as a painting, I'm going to have to make a film about it, or I'm going to have to write something about it. And you keep chasing it like a butterfly net, trying to capture the idea. So it's those sorts of filmmakers that I tend to be most inspired by. And visually, I tend to look to paintings more than films. And for ideas with narratives and things, it's very rare I actually go to films for those things. I'm a big reader.
Yes.
Endlessly reading, and quite often...
Widely or...
Very widely. In fact, it's quite rare actually for me to read within the genre. I read a lot of historical material. At the moment I'm reading a lot of things about sort of Victorian slums and things, because it's really generating all these like pictures in my head, and you can smell these environments and for Springhill Jack. So I'm starting to paint these ideas of what these environments would look like.
And you talked about looking at paintings. Are there any particular artists whose work you respond to and you find informs the work you do?
A huge range of things, really. A huge range. In terms of things which, images that speak richly of narrative, like Gustave Dorés, is it Dorés? Because his images, they conjure stories when I look at them. And I've just been looking at a lot of those things. And obviously he did do a lot of illustrations of things like London Poor and those sorts of things. So that's my favourite.
Right. Good. Good for you. Well, lovely to talk to you about your work this afternoon.
Thank you.
My dear. You just remember, although you might be planning to do away with a lot of the live action, you still need actors.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd be useless for that.
Not that I care, why should I care what you may do? Now that we're through, everything's swell. Not that I care if a new boy dances with you.
I look forward to some sort of future collaboration.
Definitely.
Good.
Okay.
Yes. Nice. That's very good. Is it Doré? Gustav Doré? Yeah.
Gustav Doré.
Doré. Yes, that's the.
But I didn't want to correct you on
No, you should. My pronunciation is shocking.
But after he goes, don't you dream of me anymore. Not that I care, why should I care?